Kyle Stowers had a day for the Orioles. Charlie Blackmon was the leading man for the Rockies. And the Reds are playing winning baseball again. Steve Lennox on Baseball live stream podcast. We recap day number 61 of the Major League Baseball regular season. We open up with That's Baseball. The news coming down Monday night. Angel Hernandez is retiring after 33 years as an umpire in Major League Baseball. It's effective immediately. We aren't going to have Angel to kick around no more, anymore. He began his big league career as an umpire in 1991. I'll say this. For someone that has done something for 33 years, I wish we could simply give a tip of the cap and say job well done. That doesn't always happen anymore. Peter Gammons had a great quote via the X early this morning on this Tuesday. An umpire's life is exceptionally tough. From the 6 a.m. flights to TV commentators second-guessing every call. May Angel Hernandez spend a peaceful life and never again get booed. That's from Peter Gammons, and that's baseball. 11 games on the schedule for Memorial Day Monday, the unofficial start of summer underway this past weekend, remembering those fallen and serving in our military and armed forces over the years throughout our nation's history. 11 teams in action, 10 games actually got played, 8 of the 10 home teams winning on Monday. We get going with the Guardians and the Rockies from Coors Field. Rockies taking 2 of 3 from the Phillies over the weekend. Monday, Rockies and the Guardians 9-game win streak. Rockies scored 6 runs in the 4th inning, took the opener 8-6. Charlie Blackmon, 3 base hits, a couple of doubles. Blackmon, 3-run home run as well. He had 4 RBIs. Jose Ramirez, a couple of doubles, 2 more RBIs for the Guardians. The 2 runs batted in, adding to his major league leading total of 54 on the season. Ramirez now 13 runs batted in over his last 6 games. So the Royals had an opportunity to pick up a little ground, unable to do so. And we will get into the Royals in just a few moments. But all of a sudden, the best team in baseball scuffling a little bit on their West Coast swing. Phillies, Giants, game 1 of their series in the Bay Area on Monday. Giants led 3-0, trailed 4-3, came back and beat the Phillies 8-4. And game 1 of that 3-game set, Phillies 29 runs, took all 4 from the Giants in a home series back in early May. Now 1-3 on their current road trip with 2 more to go, Tuesday and Wednesday in San Francisco. Brett Wisely, RBI single in the 2nd, a double, and a run batted in the 6th inning. Blake Snell gave up 4 runs, 3 earned over 4 innings for the Giants. Giants are now 2-3 in his first 5 starts. Snell, still not a winning decision on his record with the Giants, 0-3. And 2 no decisions. JT Realmuto for the Phillies did go 1 for 4. Realmuto has now hit safely in a career-high 16 straight games. Kyle Schwarber, 2-run home run. That in the 3rd inning for the Phillies, his 10th on the season. Orioles home against the Red Sox. And the Orioles taking the opener on Monday. Orioles had 2 big innings and beating up on the Red Sox 11-3 in the series opener at Camden Yards. Orioles extend their win streak to 5 in a row, now 8-2 against AL East opponents this season, and 5-0, a perfect 5-0 against the Red Sox. Orioles, 13 hits, 7 extra base hits, no home runs. So it's good to see that they can win games without leaving the yard. They did have 7 extra base hits total in the victory. Kyle Stowers, 3 for 4, pair of doubles, 4 runs batted in. Stowers, 2-run double with the bases loaded in the Orioles' 5-run 4th inning. Stowers then with a 2-run single in Baltimore's 4-run 7th inning against the Red Sox. At that point, they led 11-0. Again, win the game by a score of 11-3. Ryan Mountcastle, 3 base hits in the victory. Red Sox on the board with their 3 runs on a 3-run triple by Romy Gonzalez. That in the 8th inning. Cole Irvin going the first 5 for Baltimore. Irvin did not allow a run, struck out 6, now 5-2 on the season with the victory. So the Guardians' 9-game win streak coming to an end on Monday. Royals fail to pick up any ground as they lose their 2nd in a row. Twins got home runs from Jose Miranda and Trevor Larnach. 7 strong innings on the mound from starter Joe Ryan, and in the end, held on for a 6-5 victory. Twins win over the Royals on Monday to open up that 4-game series. Kansas City, 4 runs in the 9th inning, but They left two in scoring position. Johan Duran got Bobby Witt Jr. on a little dribbler up the first base side. Duran made the play to first base, ball game over, and the Royals comeback bid falling just short. Ryan gave up one earned run, walked no one, struck out now 9, now 4-3 on the season with the victory. Miranda's home run with a man on, that in the third inning. Twins up 2-0. Larnach a blast, a 3-run shot in the fifth. That made it 5-0. His home run traveling 441 feet. Twins have now won 5 of 6. Royals have dropped 2 in a row since their 8-game win streak came to an end over the weekend as well. The Reds are winning baseball games. Reds coming off a weekend series sweep at home against the Dodgers continued their winning ways on Monday with a victory against the Cardinals in the Queen City. Cardinals' 5-game win streak coming to an end with a loss on Monday. 3-1 the final. Paul Goldschmidt, who had 2 home runs on Sunday, a solo home run in the top of the first inning. That gave the Cardinals an early lead against the Reds, and that was a lead that wouldn't last long. Jeimer Candelario tied the game at 1 with a 2-out solo home run off Lance Lynn. Reds added 2 more in the second inning, and that was it for the scoring for both sides. Nick Lodolo returning, and his return a successful one for the Reds. Lodolo, let's see if he can stay healthy here going forward, because he's certainly a shot in the arm for that rotation. You allowed just that first inning home run to Paul Goldschmidt, nothing else, in going 5 1/3 innings. Lodolo with the win, now 4-2. Each team managing just 5 hits apiece on Monday. Lucas Sims struck out 2 hitters and working a scoreless 9th inning. Sims, his first save on the season. Mason Wynn did collect a single for the Cardinals in the 3rd inning. Wynn is now hit safely in 16 straight games. Reds reliever Fernando Cruz, terrific. Struck out each of the 5 batters that he faced in relief of Nick Lodolo in the 6th inning. Justin Steele and Brewers rookie Robert Gasser locked up in a terrific pitcher's duel in Milwaukee on Monday afternoon. Steele 7 scoreless, allowed 3 hits, struck out 8. Gasser 6 scoreless innings, gave up 3 hits, walked no one, and he struck out 7. Both starting pitchers, Steele and Gasser, taking no decisions. The game scoreless until the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewers all 5 of their runs against the Cubs bullpen. Willie Adames made it 4-0 with a 3-run home run. Jackson Chourio made it 5-0 with an RBI double. Cubs got their only run of the game in the 9th inning. Sac fly off the bat of Patrick Wisdom. Cubs manager Craig Counsell, back in Milwaukee, booed on multiple occasions every time he came out of the dugout. In fact, the Cubs have now dropped 5 in a row at 500 at 27-27. Brewers are now 4-0 in Gasser's first 4 career starts at the big league level. First series of the season between the Nationals and Braves underway Monday in Atlanta. Washington, 4 in the first inning, led 6-0 after the first 3 innings, en route to an 8-4 victory against the Braves, who are reeling somewhat right now. You take into consideration they lost Robert Acuna Jr. for the season this past weekend. Mitchell Parker was terrific. He benefited from the early run support that he got from the Washington batters. Parker picking up the win to run his record to 4-2 on the season. Parker did not allow a run over the first 6 innings, and at one point retired 14 straight Atlanta batters. He did run into trouble in the 7th inning and allowed 3 of the 4 runs that scored for the Braves in that inning. Adam Duvall touched him up for a 2-run home run. Parker ended up giving up 5 hits total. He walked no one and struck out 6. Charlie Morton lasted into the 6th inning, but he was tagged with all 8 runs. All 8 runs were earned against Morton's record, and he gave up 12 hits total. Lane Thomas returning for the Nationals, collecting a pair of doubles. C.J. Abrams 2 hits, including a home run. He had a pair of runs batted in as well. With Thomas activated by the Nationals, Victor Robles was designated for assignment prior to the game. Cubs, or the Braves rather, are the Cubs are scuffling right now. So are the Braves. They have just 4 wins now over their last 12 games. Dodgers and Mets, they were rained out. Washed out in New York on Monday. 2 teams are going to play a doubleheader on Tuesday. Dodgers entering the series on a 5-game losing streak. The Mets came from behind and walked off with a victory on Sunday to get back in the win column. But yesterday was just one of those, you look at it with a perhaps cynical eye, was one of those that was rained out early. They didn't wait around. They didn't get to the ballpark and wait around for one of those quote-unquote windows to open up to get the game in. This one was everyone knew 3-4 hours before the scheduled first pitch that they weren't going to play baseball at Citi Field. And it made me wonder on Monday if either one team or maybe both teams somehow, some way were clamoring for a rainout. Crash Davis would have been happy with that if that was the case. Blue Jays got home runs from George Springer, Bo Bichette, and Davis Schneider. They avoided a 4 straight loss with a 5-1 victory on the south side of Chicago against the White Sox on Monday. And I think I was somewhat stunned when I saw George Springer's numbers, and I looked him up on baseballreference.com. Springer just 11 runs batted in over his first 47 games of the season. Chris Bassett did not allow a run over the first 5 innings. He picked up the win, now 5-6 on the year. Bassett did not allow a walk. He struck out 7. Nick Nastrini taking the loss for the White Sox. He drops to 0-4. Some Chicago numbers. White Sox have now lost 6 in a row, 10 of 11. Season high 25 games under the 500 mark. And the White Sox have now been held to 2 or less runs in 26 of their first 26 of their first 55 games of the season. Low-scoring affair in San Diego. Padres beat the Marlins at Petco Park 2-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, bases full. Go-ahead run scores when Jake Cronenworth worked out a bases-loaded walk. A.J. Puck took the loss in relief for the Marlins, now 0-6 on the season. Adrian Morejon worked 2 scoreless innings in relief for the Padres. He picked up the victory. Robert Suarez, scoreless 9th inning to record the save, his 16th on the year. Jazz Chisholm going deep with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. That off his home run off starter Michael King, who took a no decision, and Chisholm his 8th home run on the season, solo shot accounting for the Marlins' only run. In Seattle, Cal Raleigh sac fly in the 1st inning. Ty France, Mitch Haniger collected back-to-back RBI singles in that 1st inning for the Mariners, and their 3 runs in the 1st, they made those runs stand up. 3-2 victory against the Astros in the 1st of 4 between the 2 clubs in Seattle. Bryce Miller gave up 2 runs over 6, earned his 4th win of the season and his first victory since mid-April. Andres Munoz, 2 strikeouts in the 9th inning, registered the save, his 11th on the year. Astros' Jeremy Pena, 0 for 4 at the plate and 4 strikeouts. Framber Valdez taking the loss for Houston. Jose Abreu back in the lineup for the Astros, 1 for 3 with an RBI single, that in the 5th inning. 10 games on Memorial Day. Again, 8 of the 10 home teams winning on Monday. The Padres winning that game, as I mentioned, in a 2-1 game, low-scoring affair against the Marlins, and a 1-run victory as well for the Seattle Mariners. Several 4 series getting underway Tuesday. The Pirates and Tigers in Detroit, first of their series on Tuesday. Jared Jones and Tarek Skubal, the pitching matchup in that one. Sugar's Random Thoughts brought to you by the Yellow Rose of Talbot Bed and Breakfast in Easton, Maryland. Considering a stay on the beautiful Maryland Eastern Shore this spring, summer, or fall. Spring is just about in the rearview mirror. If you are considering a stay, and consider a stay if you would, at the Yellow Rose of Talbot Bed and Breakfast in Easton, Maryland, tell my sister Tammy, my brother-in-law Kenneth, that I sent you their way. Haven't done this in a while, but when was the last time you heard the name? Wait for it. Doug Drabek, right-handed pitcher, starter for most of his career, won 155 games at the big league level with the Yankees. Did begin his career off with the Yankees at the big league level. Pitched in the bigs with the Yankees, Pirates, Astros, White Sox, and Orioles. Drabek, 22-6, 2.76 ERA. He won the National League Cy Young Award with the Pirates in 1990. Drabek, 53 career complete games, 21 career shutouts during his big league career. Part of a trade between the White Sox and Yankees, he was one of 2 players to be named later. In August of 1984, he was part of a trade between the Yankees and Pirates in November of 1986. Rick Rhoden was part of the package that went back to the Yankees, and young pitchers Drabek and Brian Fisher going to New York. His son Kyle, first-round pick by the Phillies in 2006. Kyle spent parts of 7 seasons in the major leagues with the Blue Jays, White Sox, and the Diamondbacks. Once again, that is a wrap on day number 61 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel at LenoxOnBaseball. Also, give us a follow on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at LenoxOnBaseball as well. Yankees underway. They continue their road trip on the West Coast. Yankees able to take 2 of 3 from the Padres. and we'll see if they get back in the win column on Tuesday as they lost the finale to the Padres on Sunday at Petco Park. Former Aberdeen Ironbird intern Brian Holland says goodbye for us. Enjoy your day, everybody.
Stop talking during the anthem. Go watch Steve Lennox's new podcast because Steve is the man.